Everybody, it's Joy from the Women's AI Visibility Institute. And today we're going to talk about what we found in the Florida study. And the first point that we found it was websites are made for humans, but they're not made for AI. We found that the health check on websites shows that your website works for people, but it doesn't measure whether it works for machines. And that's what our study showed, two separate things. Firm sites that scored 94 out of 100 on the standard website health check had nothing on them that tells AI which lawyer is which. A 94 on your website health check tells you the site works. It tells you nothing about whether AI can find your attorneys on it. So I've used this analogy before, but it's like you're going into an office building and it's beautiful. You walk in, there's a beautiful lobby, there's nice chairs, the lighting's nice, the plants are nice, but no signage, no office door names, no anything telling you what attorneys work in this law firm. So, what can a person do? A person can ask, is this X, Y, and Z law firm? A person can do that, but AI can't. AI can't go out and say, is this who they say they are? Is this a law firm? It says it's a local business, but there's no structure in place to show that lawyers work here, that they have this practice area. So websites are being made for human consumption, but they're not being made for AI consumption that's readable and can give AI enough information to recommend a law firm. So, the question that a managing partner needs to ask their web developer is, does each attorney's page identify that attorney by name in a form a machine can read, or is it only identify them by firm? This is what we talk about every day, and that is building an attorney's own entity. And why that is important is, and I talked about it yesterday, is the attorneys having the ability to create their own book of business. But it starts at the website too. If there's no individual identity for that lawyer, AI is not going to be able to recommend that lawyer. So, what we're finding, and New York is really hammering this down, is the most important page on a firm's website is the bio page. And that page is where AI goes to look. Just take my website, for example. I have our studies on there. I have Q&As, blogs, resources, but my bio page is half a page. So what I'm going to be doing over the next several weeks is I have my own page. Tim has his own page, and I put it in a framework where AI can read it. I'm the lead researcher for Women's AI Visibility Institute. I need to have my own page that outlines my credentials, what we study, how we study it, what my background is, where I've been published, and I need to have it in a schema markup format for AI. But my point is having each individual attorney bio page be the focal point for websites. So this is a shift in what people do and what people pay for. But for managing partners that are running firms, you need to know that an attorney's bio page is the most important page. That's the first place AI is going to look. So if you want to be visible with AI, if you want to be recommended, if you want to be cited, you have to put it in the machine format. It's not going to go out and fill in the blanks. And if it goes out and fills in the blanks, I shouldn't say it's not going to. It does. It goes out and fills in the blanks of what it doesn't know. Those are things you don't control. Our New York study is going to drive some points home that we're discovering. And it's critical that every attorney have their own entity, because you do not want AI filling in the gaps for what they don't know. And it's state specific. That's a little teaser. So, for if you own a firm or you're a managing partner, founder, or if you're an attorney that wants to build their own entity, please reach out. We have resources available. I'm happy to talk about it. My email address is joy@wavinstitute.com. We have our Colorado study out. We have our Texas study out. We have our Florida study out. At the end of August, beginning of September, we'll have our New York study out. And what we're doing is showing, researching the evidence of how AI selects a person. And this is information that you want to know in the short term and the long term. So thanks for your time, and I will see you next time.